Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I finally did it. I passed the FTMO challenge after a year and a half of backtesting every day, grinding out the guerrilla trading strategy. I finally passed. So in this video, I'll walk you through the client area. I'll show you what my equity curve looks like, and I'll show you the two trades that passed me the challenge, because it was literally two trades. One trade passed me the first phase, and another trade passed me the verification, like the second phase. And then towards the end of the video, I'll talk about why this is my last video. I'm not going to be uploading videos for a while, at least for a few months. And yeah, so we'll get into the equity curves here. So you can see that I was in drawdown for the majority of the month. I actually started the challenge on the 31st of December because FTMO had a discount. It was like 10% off and an extra 20 trading days, something like that. But you can see that I was in drawdown more or less the entire month, and it wasn't until the 27th of January, which had I not had that extension, thanks to the discount, like the FTMO offer, I would probably have been a little bit stressed out because I would have only had like 3 days left on the challenge. But yeah, I mean, what does this show me? It shows me patient. You gotta be patient, and if you don't pass the challenge this time, who cares? You'll pass it next time. If you know that you're a consistently profitable trader from your backtesting, then what's the rush? Like, I knew if I didn't pass it in January, I'd take it in February or March. So yeah, I'll show you the trade that actually passed me the challenge here. So it was this big Euro USD combo which made me 12%. So the way that I was seeing this was, we know on Euro USD we like to have a descending and an impulse to the downside. However, we also had this little ascending here, so I'll kind of draw it out for you. So we had a descending, and then we had this little ascending. So it's an ascending within a large descending, and then I expected that impulse to the downside from that. Although you can see that we didn't break the ascending channel with very much momentum. Momentum was clearly to the downside despite all of these small candles, so I was happy to set an order here. We got this large wick on the upside as well, so I was happy to take it as a combo. One thing that happened that was kind of scary was price actually tapped the combo area before I set my entry. I was a little bit late. I think I set it like 5 minutes after the hour, and this was a news candle. You can tell it's a news candle because it's got this big candle with large wick on the top and the bottom. So I actually set my order after it tapped this area. Unfortunately, it came back and tapped me in, tapped that area again, and then dropped. And you can see it went all the way down to about 12%. So yeah, that was the first trade that actually passed me the first phase. And then here's the verification now, and you can see it's a similar story. So the stress is kind of off at this point because you've got twice the amount of time and half the percentage to make. So I only had to make 5%. But again, you can see I was in drawdown for more or less the entire month, other than this part here where I was up 0.2%. But yeah, you can see at one point I was even down 4%. But yeah, I had this one trade which made it all back. So again, what does this show me? Patience. If you trust your plan, you know that it works, then just be patient. What's the hurry? I think that's what the FTMO challenge does to you. It brings back this urgency, It makes you feel it's the pressure. It makes you feel pressure, and then emotions get to you and you fail the challenge. It's very clever, really. It does weed out the poor traders. So this was a trade on GU that passed me the second phase. You can see we had this ascending channel here, and we had a clear break. So I was actually at a restaurant, and I was looking at this from my phone, and I have this liquidity area drawn in. Hindsight, liquidity areas don't quite work like that. This is more like support and resistance that I'm thinking about here, because as price moved up and broke the high here, most people would have moved their stops up to below that. They wouldn't have it all the way back here if price is trending up like that. So yeah, in hindsight, I would take this combo now rather than the continuation which I got in on afterwards. But at the time, I saw a retrace in this area and a wick, and I wanted to wait for a little bit more, and so I did. And we got a break of the low with a solid close, set my order, tagged in by a wick, and price just plummeted. You can see I exited about here, I think, just in the morning. I was watching it from my bed, watching it go 105,000, 104,999, and I was waiting for it to go like quite a bit above 105,000 so that I could close the trade. Because imagine I closed the trade when I still need $1 to pass the challenge. Oh my god, that would have been so frustrating. But yeah, this volatility came from Russia announcing war in Ukraine, unfortunately. But I mean, selling the pound, buying the dollar. The reason this move even happened is because the dollar's the national, it's the world's reserve currency, isn't it? So the value of the dollar went up. But you can see it actually went all the way down to like 14%, I think. Let's see. Unlock. 17%, so it went down quite a lot. But I couldn't capitalize on this entire move, unfortunately. I had my stop loss just above this little inside bar here. But yeah, there we are. So what did I take away from this challenge? Well, I think the most obvious one is being patient. You can see I was in drawdown for the entire month. The only time I was actually profitable was when I was passing the challenge. I remember a while ago, I think it was Kish, the Wonder Kid, on YouTube. He had a video about his the FTMO challenge that he took, and it was a similar story. Draw down the entire month, just trickling down, and then one big trade. And I think the reason the FTMO challenge is so hard is because of the profit target and the time limit. It's not about the £400 at all that you're paying to take the challenge. That's just a confluence. Yeah, literally just being patient. If you know you're a consistently profitable trader and you're confident in your plan, you've prepared, you trust it, then you know that if you don't pass this time, you'll pass it next time. And at that point, what's £400 when you've got an FTMO challenge? Like, you've got an FTMO account worth $100,000, you know? You can make that back on a 0.5% trade. It's crazy. So yeah, just being patient and like really making sure you've prepared. And I've made a video about that. How to become an FTMO trader in 6 months or 12 months or something. I guess I'm like a case study for it now. But yeah, I watched a video recently by the Duomo Initiative. I don't know if it's initiative, but the Duomo something on YouTube. And this is a guy that's been consistently profitable for like 10 years. He has like $100,000 trades. It's not uncommon for him. And he recently took the FTMO challenge for the first time. And he mentioned that he's experienced these psychological problems that he hasn't experienced since he was a beginner trader, and it's nothing to do with the £400 that you have to pay. Obviously, because he's such a wealthy guy. It's all about the profit target and the time limit, and that pressure. That pressure is what makes the FTMO challenge so difficult. So yeah, just not letting the pressure get to you, not overthinking and letting your emotions get to you, you know, fear, greed, all of these common problems. It's just sticking to the simple fundamentals of trading psychology. It's so easy to get overwhelmed by your emotions when you're so focused on making 10%. Like every losing trade, you really feel it. And that's what makes the FTMO challenge so good, I think. It really does weed out those people that are just gambling, because obviously they have a string of losers and the account gets thrown out the window. Whereas if you're a risk manager and you have a trading plan that you've backtested for a long time, then it's no problem, you know, when you're in drawdown. You just take the challenge again next month or the month after. So yeah, those are the main takeaways. Literally just exactly what you think, you know. There's no special secret to passing the FTMO challenge. It's just hard work and having the correct mindset. If you want to learn about trading psychology, there's just one book you need to read. There is one secret, I guess, then. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. That book is all you'll ever need for trading psychology. And if you just do everything he says in that book, and you have a strategy that you've backtested and makes money consistently, then boom, you're one of the 5%. You're one of the people that passed the FTMO challenge, and you're a consistently profitable trader. It's really that easy. Just so many people let their emotions get the better of them. It's really that simple. Taking high probability setups, yeah, all those things. Anyway, so we're towards the end of the video now, so I'm going to talk about why I haven't been making videos for the past 2 months, and why this is my last video, at least for a while. So, of course, the past 2 months I've been taking the FTMO challenge, so my focus has been there, but I also don't particularly enjoy making YouTube videos anymore. The reason is, it's boring, I'm afraid. Recording and editing videos, it's eventually gotten tedious for me, and it feels more like a chore rather than a fun hobby. So I'm treating this channel more like a little mini-series, documenting my journey from becoming a funded trader. So yeah, I won't be posting on here for a while. I don't know when I'll post my next video. Probably won't be for a few months or a few years, who knows. I'll probably come back at some point. I'm not satisfied with the quality of my videos. It's a bit of a paradox really, because I'm not going to buy better equipment unless I've got a successful channel, and I'm not going to have a successful channel unless unless I enjoy making videos, and I'm not going to enjoy making videos unless I've got good equipment. So it's a bit of a three-part cycle there. It also reminded me of in sixth form when I was doing my A-levels. I decided to do subjects that I enjoyed rather than the subjects that I was good at. So things like maths and physics, which are really hard subjects, but I really enjoyed. And I didn't get the best grades. I think I was focusing on like my other businesses at the time there. But I remember thinking like, damn, if only I did subjects that I was good at rather than the ones I enjoyed. So things like PE, things like that, like ones that I could get good grades at. And this is a bit backwards, where I chose to do YouTube because I know that I'm good at it rather than because it's fun. It was fun at the beginning, but not anymore. So yeah, I was kind of like, I know that I can make better videos than most people on YouTube, but that doesn't mean I have to prove it to everyone, you know. So yeah, it just got boring in the end. It wasn't so much of a challenge, but again, this channel was always for myself, and I'm really grateful for any of you that have followed along, and I hope it's been useful. And I'm always available if anyone ever wants to reach out to me, ask me any questions. I'm on Raphael Kimmel's Discord. I'm on Instagram. You can find my links all over the place. But yeah, I'm really grateful for this YouTube channel, and yeah, I'm sure I'll enjoy looking back on it in the future and looking back on some of the comments as well. So yeah, thanks for following along, and see you never, probably.